how to transform your beautiful template into a personalized tribute for your loved one, even if you never used Canva before. So let's dive right in. You've gotten your template, now click download. Once you click download, you'll be able to edit your template in Canva. What you need to do first is go to File and make a copy. And then you can rename your template. So once you've got your template renamed, then you can get busy transforming it from a template into a personalized tribute for your loved one. To do that, you should already have your pictures uploaded into Canva because it'll make it easy for you to go ahead and transfer those pictures into Canva. So let's go ahead and give it a go. So you can, of course, change any of the wording in the template. If you click on it, you can change the font by clicking on the font and changing different and making it the font that you prefer. And now I'm going to show you how to go in and upload pictures to your memorial template. And of course, you can change any of the fonts and any of the wording. What you can't make changes to is the background color, the red rose. So let's go ahead and add some pictures into the template. I'm going to choose an appropriate picture for the front cover. So I think I'm going to choose, let's go with this one. So you're going to click on the picture, drag it into the photo frame, and you want to delete the background so that it flows seamlessly into the template. So now that we've got a picture that we like, the front cover is looking really good. What you can do is, if you don't want it full color, you kind of want it to appear a little bit transparent, you can click on this checker dots and go ahead and reduce the transparency if that's something that you like. But for the front cover, I think I'm going to keep the picture in full transparency. So like I said, make any changes that you like to the wording, the funeral location, and the person that you're honoring, their memory. You want to change their information here. So now let's move on to the next page. This is where you will update their obituary. And this is going to be page 2. So the first page we were on, the back acknowledgement, that's going to be page 10. And this is the front cover is going to be page 1. And I have it listed in the bottom so that you can clearly see which page you're working on. So again, this is going to be page 2. This is going to be the obituary. And you are going to fill this information with your loved one's information about their life legacy and their obituary. And then here you can choose to do a poem. This is going to be, page 9. The next page is going to be page 9. You can do a poem. You can do whatever you like here, but the way it's laid out, it has a poem. And then I put a picture here so you can put a picture of your loved one here. And you can do that again by dropping and dragging the portrait into the frame. And of course, you want to remove the background. Now on this one, I want to have a little bit, I want it to be transparent so it could kind of look a little. And this picture, I want to use a different picture. So I'm going to see if I have a better picture, because that one looks a little too revealing. Let's see. Let's go ahead and use this one. So I'm going to drag that one into the background. And because it's kind of cut off at the bottom, I would like to make that blend more seamlessly. So I am going to go into the applications and I'm going to look for a program called Image Blender. And you can do this in different ways and I'll show you another way you can do that if you don't have access to Image Blender. But first, let's go ahead and try it in Image Blender. I'm going to go ahead and I want to do a linear blend. So I'm going to click on linear and I'm just going to pull it down a little bit so it blends a little bit further into the picture here. There we go. Then I'm going to save it so that I have the blended image. And then, yeah, it's looking a little more blended into the background. So I like that blended image, so we'll leave it. But I want to show you another option that you could choose if you don't have the image blender. So let's go back to our uploads. Let's get back to our uploads here. And then once you're in your uploads, you're going to pick another picture. Pick that picture again if you like that picture. Pick the picture you like. Connect it to the photo frame. It's already got the transparency in there, but I want to, again, try to blend it. So I'm going to remove the background, and then I'm going to try to blend it another way. And I'm going to do that by going to Elements, and I'm going to look for red clouds. And so I'm going to attempt to blend it this way by putting in a blend there, but I'm going to bring it down a little bit and then kind of try to blend, give it a little blend that way. So it kind of gives the illusion that it's kind of blending in. But I like the image blender better, so I'll probably go ahead and use the image blender version. And that picture should be in the uploads ready to go since we saved it, so I'm going to just dump it back in. It's saving. And there it is. So that's the one I want to go ahead and use. And so far, I like the way it's coming out. I like the order of service. Sorry, the obituary and the poem. Like I said, page 2. This is page 2, and this is page 9. Then we're going to move over to page 3, which has places for you to put in photo memories. So it's really easy to do. What you do is just drop and drag the memories there. The pictures there. Like I said, it's easier if you have the pictures. Sometimes the pictures are off sync. I like this one. I don't think I can get it any better, but if you thought they were, you could move them by clicking on the crop button and just kind of moving the picture around left, right, or up or down. And then you would continue to do that for the rest of the pictures that you have. Continue dropping and dragging the pictures in. And it's really easier once you have those pictures available, already uploaded in here. It makes it a lot easier to get those pictures in. Just continue dropping and dragging. And sometimes the frame it's not quite right. I'll try different frames. Just go with a different frame. Just put the pictures in, giving you an idea of what you can do. And then all of the pictures, you just go through them and upload them and put them in. Continue uploading your pictures in until you have them all in. And then that'll be one of your precious memories pages, which is on page 3. Then you would move over, sorry, page 8. That's going to be page 8. And then the order of service, that'll show up on your page 3 of your booklet. You would want to arrange your order of service. You'd like to fill in how the order of service is going to go. And then if you have pallbearers, you want to make sure that you name them, or you can delete this portion. um, Go ahead and complete and fill that out. And then you can put a picture, another picture here on the order of service. Drop it into the frame and go ahead and remove the background. And it's not actually in the frame, so let's get it in the frame. And then you want to remove the background. And then I like to make this a bit more transparent. And I also would like it to blend in better with the rose. So I'm going to go in again and choose the image blender for that. Make sure I got the picture the way I like it. And then actually I'm going to pull it up so I can see. It seems like her hair is cut off a bit. I'm going to re-drop her in there. There. And then now I am going, keep her at that size for a moment. And then I am going to now do that image blender. I'm going to go back to the application and go back to image blender. I want it again to be linear. Or I can try, let's try the radial, right, let's try that. The radial. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, let's try it. Let's save it and see how it comes out. It's actually not too bad, so I'm gonna go ahead and put her a little bit more into the flower here. And it's actually not a bad picture. So we're gonna move on from the order of service and go ahead to page 4 for the tributes. And in here you can update your tributes for your friends and family. And then go ahead, of course, and add in some photos into the frames. So we'll go ahead and go back to uploads and add some photos for your people who will be given tributes. See if we can't crop that down a little bit further. Nope, that's as far as it crops, so I'm gonna get a picture that looks good. Let's try this one. There we go. And then you want to update it with all the folks that are giving tributes to your loved one. And once you've done that, your tribute page will be complete. Oops. And then, so that's page 4. And alongside page 4 is page 7. And again, you want to go ahead and add in some photo memories for your, and I'm just moving this down with using the crop button so that it fits a little better. The picture fits a little better in there. And you want to just add your precious memories for your loved one. Go ahead and continue adding until you've got it all complete. Get it all complete, and once you've got it all complete, then we will move on to the next page. Let's get this filled out so you can get an idea of how this works. A few more to input into. And you want to use the crop button to bring, like I said, bring the pictures down so that they get better into the frame. And then once you've completed the filling them out, then you've already done with page 7. So let's move on to page 5 and 6, which is your centerfold. So for this is where you're going to have the middle of the booklet. It's going to fold in half, and then you can have photo tributes for it can open up to like the family legacy. So you want to add a lot of precious memories to the book. And let's speed it up, I'll just go ahead and add in all of the pictures so you can see how it looks when it's complete. Moving it down, like I said, using a crop button to move it down. And then back to upload. So let's see here. Give a few pictures. Make it look really pretty. Putting your loved ones in. Sure that you get it really neat by using that crop function. And let's get it moved down a bit. Nope. Want to make sure that you get them in really good. Make sure you've got all of the pictures that you want, like I said, in the upload, and you're using the crop function to move them down, up and down. And let's go ahead and see if we can get this complete really quickly. It goes much faster once you have all of your pictures that you want identified and uploaded. And it's also helpful when you have your either you use Google Docs or Word to have your obituary already written, so it can be an easy copy paste. So let's go ahead and finish this up so that you can get an idea of the complete booklet. Let's get grandma in here. Get an idea of what the booklet looks like complete. Now, if you have pictures that you'd like to, older pictures, I'll show you an example of what I do with an older picture. So let's just say I'm using something like this as an older picture. What I like to do with that picture is I'd like to upscale it a bit. So what I'll do is I'll go to an app, and it's in an application, and it's called Image Upscaler. And so I'll type in Image Upscaler, Image Upscaler. And this is the one, it's has a butterfly with the turquoise background. And you can upscale the resolution on your picture. So it's only allowing me to do it by 4, so I'm going to do that. Select upscale, and it's going to upscale the picture so that it has a better resolution. And once it upscales, it'll come out better, and I'll be able to put it into the frame with the upscaled image. So it's taken a little bit to complete. You'll see the bar here letting you know the status is about 90% complete at this point. And when it gets done, we'll have the upscaled image. So we'll give it a few more minutes or seconds to upload. And once it gets done, we'll continue on adding our pictures in the frame. Whoops, that one went into the frame. I'll just detach it. Uh-oh, I hope it still works now that I've taken the picture away. We'll see. We'll see if we're able to do that. But I wanted you to get a real live view of how that works. So yeah, there's the picture. So this is the left side is the before, the right side is the after. So I want to go ahead and say add that to design. So I'll click on it, and then it puts it outside of a frame, but now I'm gonna, but you can see that it's beautifully upscaled. And now I'm gonna add that into one of the frames. Oops, so let's see if we can move it down a little bit by using the crop function. Now we've got everybody in the screen here, so. Okay, so now we have our upscale picture with the older pictures. Like I said, you can go into the application and select image upscaler. You want to use the application with the, it has the turquoise background. And I'll show it to you really quickly again so that you can, this background, image upscaler. So that helps you get a better resolution on your pictures. So now back to uploads. We're going to go back to uploads, and I'm going to finish the adding the loved ones to the program. So let's get these added quickly so you can kind of see the complete outcome. And again, because they're out of scope, I'm going to go ahead and crop function and bring them into view there. And then X out of there. And so now we've got a better picture there. And I'm going to get her with her brothers. Let's see if we can get them into view. Yeah, that's a better picture. Okay, let's see, a couple more. Let's throw in a couple more. See if we can get them in there. And then our booklet will be complete. Let's see if we can move that down just a bit. No, but it's good. It looks good. Okay, so now we have the full booklet complete. Again, we have page 10, which is the back cover. And then we have the front cover, which is page 1. And page 2 will be the obituary. And then page 9 could be a poem. It could be anything that you'd like to go here on page 9. And then on page 8, it's going to be a photographic memories. You can change, like I said, you can change the wording to whatever you like. And then the order of service, that's going to be on page 3. You're definitely going to have to edit what the order of service is going to look like. And then again, adding your pictures. And then page 4 is the tributes. You're going to add the photos in of the people who are making the tributes and add their kind words here where you can edit them. And then, of course, this will be the center spread. This will be the middle page that opens up the middle of the booklet, and it could be their legacy or whatever you'd like to type here to change the font. But there you have it. Now you've gotten a beautiful 10-page template. You've changed all of the wording to get it to your liking, and you've added all of your pictures in. So that took us probably about 10 or 15 minutes. And it may take longer, like I said, if you don't have the Word document already ready to go with your edited changes to your poem and your obituary. And it may take a little longer if you don't already have the pictures uploaded. So thank you for watching my illustration. And I hope you have a good time editing your obituary for your loved one. Thanks so much for watching.